Hey there, roommates. Welcome to the relationship room. It is so good to have you guys here. Thank you for joining me today. I am going to come on and be really quick. I was going to do this as a live, but I changed my mind. I'm kind of camera shy, so I figured I'd do it like this. All right, so I want you guys to be aware that in the Airbnbs, there are cameras. Um, Airbnb owners are allowed to have cameras in their Airbnbs. Now, this is the deal. So some of y'all go to Airbnbs, you don't know what's going on. And I can tell this story because one of my best friends, her sister, they have an Airbnb. So the people that she rented to, they were not checking out on at the time they were supposed to check out. So she gave them a lot of time extra, and then she's calling, she's like, hey, so nobody's answering the telephone. So she decides to drive over to her Airbnb because she has to get it ready and flip it over for the next guest that's coming in. So these other guests haven't checked out. So she gets there. She knocks on the door, and so of course she hears a lot of noise in there. Nobody's coming to the door for her to open the door. So she goes into the Airbnb. She uses her key. And when they see her coming in, they hurry up and shut the door. Now, it's a whole bunch of people in this Airbnb. Keep in mind, she only rented to 3 people. It was only 3 people on this Airbnb. But when she went there to see what was going on, why they hadn't checked out, she tries to open the door with her key. They see her. They try to shut the door, so she sticks her foot in the door. Now, this could have went left really, really quickly. So as she pushes her way into her Airbnb, there are 17 people in this Airbnb. Not only are there 17 people in this Airbnb, they took all of her big screen TVs off the wall. When I say all of them, I mean she had 3, and I'm talking about massive televisions. This is a really nice Airbnb. They took her televisions off the wall. They were planning on stealing them. So they had other stuff that they had gathered up that they were going to take from her Airbnb. They pretty much trashed it. So they all run out now that the gig is up. So they run out. And, she calls the police come. So just so you guys know, the reason she knew what was going on in her Airbnb, because guess what? She had camera in her Airbnb. The law states, and this is the part that I'm trying to get with today. A lot of you do not know you're renting these Airbnbs and you don't know that they are allowed to have cameras in their property. Now, the cameras are not supposed to be in the bathroom, in any of the private areas, the bathroom or the bedroom, but it can be in the living room, the kitchen, any living space, but not the bathroom or the bedroom. But how many times do you know people go to Airbnbs and they're not just doing the do in the bedroom? Sometimes they're on the countertops, they're in the living room, because sometimes it's a multi-rental and maybe there's somebody in the, in the bedrooms. There's a couple in the bedroom, there's a couple in the living room, and they have the pull-out couch with their cameras in the living space. This is crazy. So you guys have to know that it is a law that they are allowed to have cameras on their properties. And the cameras are there, again, to protect the property owner from what my bestie's sister just went through. However, for me, it's a double-edged sword because I believe that there can be protection for property owners without having hidden cameras in the house, all right? So I think that everybody that rents an Airbnb should have to have their own insurance to cover the property. Like when I have, you guys know I'm a filmmaker, so when I'm on set and I'm going to different places, I have my own limited liability insurance, which covers wherever the event space is. If I damage anything on set, if one of my actors gets hurt or anything like that, it will cover the actor, and it'll cover anything that we may break. Okay, so, and it's not a very expensive insurance, so you can get a one-off, like one event or whatever. So I think they should, make that a rule. They should bring that in instead of having them have cameras, because I think the cameras are a bit intrusive, if you ask me, because again, you don't know what people are doing. Even though it's allowed in the living space, people do stuff in the living space. I don't think that's fair. But in this case, it was helpful because she was able to see these people trying to steal her things. So it worked out in her favor. But I just want you guys to know to double check with your Airbnb. Ask up front. Ask them, are there cameras in this property? And if so, where are the cameras? Because they have to disclose to you if they have cameras on the property. Because if they don't and you find out they do, then that's a problem and you can actually sue them. All right. Because they're not supposed to have, the cameras are not supposed to be hidden, but they don't have to tell you that they have cameras. And they said at this point, it's like 30% of Airbnbs have these cameras in their homes. I rented a couple Airbnbs and I often wondered why, they showed up at just a specific time to see if everything is okay. And I'm not one to have wild parties or anything like that. Matter of fact, I've rented an Airbnb mansion to shoot one of my film scenes. And it was a beautiful mansion. And it was so funny because, of course, they needed to know how many people were going to be on set and all that good stuff. But they knew exactly when, to come over to check on things. And like I said, we weren't doing anything wild, but they just wanted to see what was going on. So, I believe there was a camera in the house, which I didn't really care because we weren't really, up to anything or doing anything. But when I think about it, people don't know that when they rent these Airbnbs that they're being watched. Big Brother is watching you. So you need to know. Now, I'm getting ready to be in Europe for a month. So, I travel. And in this channel, it's all about, of course, celebrity lifestyle, things I do because I love lifestyle, I love travel. It's a little bit about everything, So I'm going to be traveling soon. So I am actually going to be staying in some hotels. I chose hotels over and the little boutique hotels because again, in Paris, it's just very different. And in Spain, so I'd rather have the little boutique hotels. And a couple of them are going to be the brand name, the big box hotels, of course, but it's just a different experience. But I did not pick the Airbnbs for that reason alone. Now, not that I'm going over there to get a freak on or anything like that, but I am married. But I just don't like the fact that someone is watching. Like somebody is watching us. Somebody is watching what we do, when we do, how we do. And I don't think that's fair. So I just wanted to come on and let you guys know that today, that when you're looking for Airbnb, ask the question, is there cameras in your unit? All right, you want to know. And they have to disclose to you if there are. And sometimes they put some of the more upfront Airbnb owners, they will put it in their contracts to let you know that there are cameras on the premises because there's cameras outside the premises. But you want to know about the ones that's inside the premises. All right, so enough about the Airbnbs. Let's get into our girl, Mary J. Blige. Mary is a phenomenal woman. You guys know that if y'all are fans like I am. I'm a super fan, okay? I'm a super fan, but she is winning. She is living her best life. Mary looks phenomenal and she's doing the darn thing. So Mary is about to executive produce her first film for Lifetime TV called The Strength of a Woman, Real Love. And it's inspired by Mary's life. This is going to be awesome, guys. This is coming in the summer. June, I believe. What's the dates? June? What was the dates? I forgot the dates. It's premiering in the summer. The dates are June 10th through the 17th. So you'll be able to see it on Lifetime. Make sure you guys are here for it. Listen, I've been knowing Mary for a while. Mary has had a whole lot of ups and downs. This story is going to be phenomenal because, again, it's inspired by her life. And those of you who may not know, Mary has been through some stuff. Mary has been sleeping in cars, at one point in her life with all the fame. I'm not talking about before fame. I'm talking about at the height of her fame. Like, you guys don't know. Sometimes these celebrities go through things that you just don't know. But, people look at them and think everything is okay. We know she's had some pretty crazy relationships, but, she's actually had to sleep in her car, been homeless. So she's been through. But so to see her come out on the other side and she is winning, our girl is winning. I just want to share the story. I don't know if Mary shares the story a lot, but just to give you a little bit of insight as to why we keep pushing. You keep pushing regardless. When Mary first came out as an artist, because, this was many years ago. Mary's been in the game a long time, but I can remember Mary's concert. This is when she first came out as an artist. She came to Maryland, the Maryland, DC area, and it was like one of her very first concerts. And Mary hit the stage. Mary was singing, and I mean, they booed Mary. Can you imagine Mary J. Blige being booed? But no, she was actually booed. They were throwing things at her. She cut that, show short because at the time when Mary first came out, Mary was developing her voice. Her voice was nothing like it is now. I mean, it was a little bit different back then for Mary when she would sing. And, the fans wasn't here for it. Like, Mary was new and her vocals wasn't there. Cause I mean, honestly, I'm a fan and I remember being at that concert. I mean, she wasn't super horrible, but it wasn't what you would think, her sounding on her, the way she sounded recorded on her record when she came live, it was totally different. She sounded nothing like that. So she was booed. They threw things at her. But today, okay, fast forward years down the line, we know Mary can sing her throat off, whether it's in person, whether it's recorded, whether it's in her bathroom. Mary will sing her face off. So that was a long time ago, but so that just gives you a little bit of insight as to if you're doing something you love, don't give up because people say you can't sing or you've had some bad experiences or whatever it is, even if it's not singing, whatever it is in your life that you're passionate about, just because you've had maybe a couple of failures. If you're really passionate about it, keep going, keep pushing. What if she would have stopped? Then we wouldn't, after that RFK, what if Mary would have stopped after that RFK performance in DC? Right? We wouldn't have the great Mary J. Blige that we have today. So you guys just got to keep pushing, keep going, it'll pay off. So Mary's going to executive produce this film. I am here for it. I can't wait. Anything that's inspired by the Lady of Soul, her life, I know it's going to be awesome. So I can't wait for that to come out. Moving on to another phenomenal woman, Miss Simone Biles then got herself a ring put on it. So the beautiful Simone Biles had her wedding at a Texas courthouse and she married the man of her dreams. His name is Jonathan Owens. And don't they look so beautiful together? They look so beautiful together. Look at the smile on Simone's face. Look at his face. They look awesome. But you know what? You still have haters. You have haters even in something as beautiful as Black excellence with this beautiful couple. People are complaining about the way Simone wore her hair on her wedding day. Come on now, how ignorant can you get to be talking about the young lady's hair? She looks stunning. And this is why I say you have to press and do your thing despite of your haters, despite of the haters that may be hating on you for something that you love. You keep going. And Simone has proved that over and over again, she has always been unbothered by her haters. As we can see, Simone said, listen, I paid $120 for my dress. She said she bought her dress from a little boutique. So she loved her dress. And I think the dress is gorgeous and she looks beautiful in it. And she said she ordered a pair of shoes from Amazon for $35. Okay. So she's put together, looking amazing and snatched just, there's another young lady that got married. Lionel Richie's daughter, Sophia, got married too. She had this big grand wedding and she paid, I can't tell you how many hundreds of thousands of dollars she paid for her Chanel dress, right? But Simone looks equally as beautiful as she does. So it's not about the money that you put into the clothes. It's about the relationship that you're embarking upon. Because you can pay $10 million for a dress and a marriage over like that. So it's important to not really focus on those things. And as women, we want to be snatched. We want to look our best. And Simone was doing just that in her gown that she told us how much she paid for her gown. And all you haters who's talking about her hair, shame on you. She looks fantastic. Why do people have to always try to put people down, especially in our community? Why is that? Somebody please help me. I don't know. But anyway, let's congratulate Jonathan and Simone. Congratulations, you two. You guys look lovely. I'm wishing you many, 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 many years of wedded bliss. So in the comments today, guys, I want you guys to sound off. I want you to congratulate, if you would, Simone and Jonathan, and also show Mary some love for her upcoming show that's going to be on Lifetime, The Strength of a Woman, Real Love. And also, what do you guys think about these cameras being in your rooms at the Airbnbs? Can y'all sound off in the comments? Let me know what you're thinking about. All right, roommates, thank you for joining me. Until next time, God bless. Hey, lovebirds, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and check out my books and movies on Amazon.com. See you next time.
No love like this, baby, is extraordinary. I'll trust what we've created is something so special, and I know what I've got, so I'm not gonna let 'cause